Hello everyone. So the next topic that we're going to talk about is split valuation. Split valuation is used in situations where the company wants to maintain multiple valuation prices for a material at a specific location at the same time. Now, usually, as we have seen so far, whenever I created a material, we can only maintain one valuation price for that material in a plant at any given point of time. So these process will be activated when you want multiple valuation prices to be maintained. Now, this multiple valuation prices can be maintained for a material using an element called valuation type, which we need to first create. And you can create as many valuation types as are required based on the number of valuation prices that need to be maintained for the element. Once the valuation types are created, we need to group them in valuation categories. So let's see how to carry out this activity. So first we need to configure the system to create the valuation types, valuation grouping codes, and then valuation groupings, and then assign it to the material type to be activated. So we go to valuation and account assignment, split valuation, activate split valuation, not the documentation, but go to execute and select split valuation, split material valuation active. Since it's a practice server, active is already selected. Now go to configure split valuation, click on cancel, click on global types, which is valuation type. Click on create, enter a 1 to 10 character code. Now the code need not start with Y or Z. And specify the attributes, whether external purchase orders are allowed, internal purchase orders are allowed. So these attributes will depend on what material type you're going to use. Account category reference, select the reference for raw material for now. Click on create and this type is created. So likewise, enter another code, maintain the attributes, click on create. So like this, we can create as many valuation types required based on the number of prices to be maintained. Once you have created, click on back. Then you go to global, click on global types for global categories. So it's just taking a little bit more time than expected. So just wait till it completes. So once you get this screen, now you click on global categories, click on create again, enter a 1-character code and the description to identify that valuation category. Click on create again, And once the valuation category is created, click on back. Select that category, click on tags to category to assign the valuation types that we just created. Scroll down, use the page down button, select that valuation type, click on activate. And for each one that you want, activate it. Now click on save. Then click on category to OUs. OUs is organizational unit, which is your plant. Now use the page down button to go down to your plant where you want this split valuation to be activated. So click on that plant again and click on activate. Now save it. Done. We are done with the configuration part. Now I need to test it. So go to MM01. Select the normal 5 views. Enter the plant where we just activated it. Most of the data is standard that we normally maintain except in the accounting one view. In the accounting view, for the first time, select the valuation category that we just created. Don't enter the valuation class. In price control, enter V and enter 1 or some price in the moving price field. Press enter and save it. Once the material is created, now enter the material number again. Remove the reference. Create the material, enter the plant, storage location. Now you specify the valuation type and maintain the valuation price for this material. Let's say I'm going to enter some value. Again, enter the material number, select the views, enter the plant, storage location, specify the second valuation type. Now you can maintain a different price with the same valuation class. Now when I check the material list for that material number, I will actually see 3 entries, one without, one the standard, the default one that we created, and 2 with the valuation types. Now because this material is now activated with material valuation types, when I create a purchase order for this material, usually the material will be used, the valuation types will be activated only when the valuation, the quality of the material is checked for grades. So just you create a material, you create a purchase order for this material. It's going to enter some quantity, specify the delivery date, indicate some price for this material, enter the plant, storage location. And because it is maintenance split valuation, it will ask me to enter the valuation type. Because the material has to be received into quality, and only after the quality check is done can we check the value of the, sorry, the valuation type of the material. Don't enter any valuation type for now. Click on check. Once the release strategy is assigned, save it. Release the document. Go to the header part. Release, release, release. And once the release is completed, click on save. Run the document to the vendor. Output message. Once it is done, now let's receive the stock of this material 18740 into quality inspection stock. I'm going to receive the complete stock into quality inspection. Specify a reason code. Item OK. Check. Now it will ask me for the valuation type. For now, just select one of the 2 valuation types or any valuation type. Click on check, no errors, post it. Since the material is received completely into quality inspection, when I look at the stock, the complete stock will be in quality inspection under this valuation type. Once the quality check is completed, now I need to move the stock to the unrestricted quality from quality inspection. Let's do it. So this is quality to unrestricted. Enter the material number from plant, storage location, to storage location. Enter the quantity which has cleared. Now it will ask me for the valuation type. Specify the valuation type from valuation type to valuation type and the quantity. Click on check. Enter the vendor number, the confirmation. Just randomly entering any vendor number. Click on check. Document is okay. Post it. Similarly, the balance quantity has to be moved from the quality to unrestricted. So enter the remaining quantity. Specify the valuation type from type to type. Enter the vendor number and check. Post it. So like this, with the single material with different valuation types, I can maintain the material under different valuation types. So this is what split valuation was all about. Next, we're going to talk about batch management. Batch management is similar in concept to split valuation. However, batch management is used for easy management of stock. Whenever stock is received on a continuous basis, or if the stock received has an expiration date, and you want to differentiate between different sets of material of the same material with different expiry dates, then you're going to use batch number to differentiate it. Batch numbers can be uniquely maintained at client level, material level, or plant level. For the point, for the process, the batch numbers will be uniquely maintained at client level itself, that is at the company code level. And at any point of time, only one level can be maintained. Now, to assign the batch numbers, we need to specify how the batch number range is maintained, whether internal or external. And with this, we need to also configure whether the batch number should be assigned for all the movement types or only for specific movement types, for which we need to complete the configuration. So let's see how to do the configuration first for the batch management process in MM. So we go to, again, SPROIMG. Batch management is more used in the production process, so it will be under the logistics general head. So go to batch management. First specify the batch level and activate status management. Batch level will be unique for each material at the client level. So select batch unique at material level and go to batch status management and click on active. Then you go to batch number assignment. Click on activate internal batch assignment. Double click on activate batch number assignment and specify that the automatic batch number assignment is active. If it is internally assigned, then the system should automatically create the batch numbers. So next step would be to maintain internal batch number assignment range. Click on execute. Now batch number ranges will be created using two objects, batch underscore CLT or batch underscore MAT. CLT will be used for client level batch numbers, whereas MAT is for material level or client level batch number ranges. Batch underscore MAT requires further programming changes, which can be carried out in the real time. For your practice, use batch underscore CLT, which is already maintained in the system. So enter the object batch underscore CLT, click on ranges, change intervals, and the range is already maintained here. Okay. So when you create the range, you can specify it as external or internal. Go back. Sorry. Yeah, that happens sometimes. When you set the numbering intervals, it will exit the configuration screen. Now I need to activate, specify how the batches are created for different movement types. So go to define batch creation for goods movements, click on execute. Then for each object, for each movement type, how should the batch number be created? Should it be automatically created, that is internal assigned, or external without check, that is duplicate entries possible, which is in fact the default selection, or should it be internally assigned, or if it is externally assigned, there should not be any duplicates and it should check against the external number range, or check in user exit, which is the programming change, or only internal assignment, no external assignment, or only external, no internal assignment. Now, one very important thing to remember is for any movement type, if the batch number should not be created, then you have to select the option no creation for that specific process. Okay, for that specific movement type. Once the definition is created, once we define how the batch numbers are to be created, exit, end of your configuration. Now I need to test it. Testing involves first creation of a material with the batch settings, then we create a vendor, then we create the info record, then we create a purchase order, and then when we receive the stock, that's when we maintain the batch numbers. So let's see how to carry out this process. Go to MM01. We're going to select the standard ROH. You can even use your material type, it's not a problem. Select the standard 5 views, enter the plant, any plant, storage location. Change the description to indicate that it is a batch material. Specify the purchasing group. The only setting to indicate that this material will be maintained in batches is checking this batch management checkbox. Nothing else is required. Enter the valuation class and the valuation price. Save it. Next, create a vendor, or you can even use an existing vendor. This option is yours. Enter the details. So once the vendor is created, now we need to create the info record. So go to M11, enter the vendor number, material number, purchasing organization plant. Info category will be standard and maintain the data. So here the data can be anything and save it. Once you have created the info record, now I need to create a purchase order. Enter the vendor number. You can use the document type that we created, the standard process. Enter the purchasing organization, purchasing group, enter the material number, enter the quantity, delivery date, and enter the plant where you want to receive it, storage location. So because we are selecting batch management, the GR based IV is mandatory, right? Once you have entered the details, click on check, click on messages, check the output type, the center, communication method, go back, click on check. Once the relay strategy is assigned, save it. Next, release the document, M29M, approve the document. Once the release is completed, click on save. Go to ME9F, we send the document to the vendor. Select, put message, done. Now we go to Nego. Until goods receipt in batch number assignment is not required. So enter the document number. Now let's say the first time the vendor has sent 800 kgs of this stock. in this plant, the reason code. In the batch, I'm not going to specify any batch number, so item OK, click on check. System will automatically generate the batch number. Click on post, and we are done. The next day, again, the vendor has sent another lot of the material, which now he sends 500 stock. Again, I'm not going to enter any batch number. System will generate automatically a batch number, and let's save it. Third day, the vendor again sends me some more stock. Initially, he sends me 200 stock. So I'll receive the stock. Specify, again, no batch number. Click on check. Batch is created. Click on post. Now, when I look at the stock status for this material, it will show me the total stock. C2N is received as 774 was unrestricted. So let 775 unrestricted, save it. So the default setting was in batch restricted status, that is, it will not normally show up in stock. That's the reason why we did not see any stock over there. Now that I've made it into unrestricted, it will show me the stock. Now the third day, the vendor has supplied the second time, so I need to add that stock to the existing stock. So let's see how to do that. 300 into this plant storage location. And in the batch, now I'm going to specify the batch number. Item OK, check. It is already posted, that's fine. Click on post. Now when I look at the stock status, it will show me that 300 is added to the existing stock. So in this way, I can manage the material batches, and when the stock is going to be issued, when I'm going to issue the stock or transfer the stock, system will ask me for the batch number in which this stock, from which the stock has to be removed. So when I go to this goods issue, enter some quantity, specify the plant, storage location. When I don't enter, I enter the account assignment details. When I click on check, it will ask me to enter the batch number. So without the batch number now, system will not accept the issue of stock. So whichever batch number you enter, that is what the system will accept. So now when I look at the stock, that quantity will be deducted from that particular batch number. So like this, material can be maintained in batches using the batch management process in MI. And this is mostly used in case, like I said, the stock which has expiry date and you are continuously receiving stock, so you want to maintain it in batches. All right.